resources that can be used in a classroom or for even caregivers out there who are looking for resources with somebody that's experiencing these issues with vaping in their life. And so we were able to get a few speakers today, and we are so grateful that they are joining us. And so the speakers today are going to be Lee Erin Brooks, who is the Outreach Coordinator for Southwest District Health, Heather Hansen, who is the Outreach Coordinator for Eastern Idaho Public Health, Katie Chauvin, who is the Outreach Coordinator for Central District Health number 4, and Marcella Bianco, who is part of Catch My Breath. We also have a video from Liz Hall that we're going to play at the end of this. She wanted to share some resources as well. And then Carrie's going to be on here by the end, hopefully, so she can share some of our no vape resources. And so, Lee Erin Brooks, if you are ready, I will give the floor to you so you can share some of the resources that are available out there. Perfect.
All
I can
right.
see that.
Cool. Okay. All right. So it's already introduced, but yes, my name is Lee Erin Brooks. I am the outreach coordinator. I mostly coordinate our youth vape prevention and intervention classes. So I'm actually part of Southwest District Health, and we are what called the risk reduction team. So I do the youth vape prevention, but we have my manager, Haley Tilton. Actually, her name is Haley Ketchum now. Apologies. She does adult cessation classes and such like that. And then we also have Raquel Nunez, and she does a job similar to me, and also goes out and provides youth vape prevention classes. So this is what we're gonna start with. As you can see, I've got my brain here. That is something that we have. We have an inflatable brain and inflatable lung. So we'll get more into that in a minute. But I'm going to focus on the youth prevention programs and the youth intervention programs that I provide. And just it's a quick little, I don't know, reminder here or a visual of a map, because I am absolutely horrible with this as far as like where I'm located and what I'm doing. We are District 3, so that's going to be Adams County, Washington County, Gem County, Canyon County, and Owyhee County. So if you are in any of those counties, I am able to serve you and would love to. So the first thing that I have to offer as far as a resource is actually Catch My Breath. So I know we have Marcella on. I'm sure she was going to talk more about this. So I'll focus more on what I can offer based on the program. But basically, I can come out. We have two options. So Southwest District Health can basically come out and teach the class. I have some examples for where this could be. It could be really any class, but some of the ones that seem to fit the best are going to be your health, science, or even advisory classes. You can essentially have me come out, and then I will go out and provide the classes or the 4 sessions that are there in the classroom. So we could definitely do it where you can schedule multiple grades. I can go to multiple classrooms throughout the day, and then we can kind of just come back weekly, or we could do it twice a week to kind of make it a little easier for scheduling. And then the other option is actually where Southwest District Health staff will educate or provide the training for the teachers so that they can get set up with Catch and go ahead and basically do the sessions themselves. And what we offer, if you were willing to do that, would be you get basically a free survey impact report, as there are some surveys that go along with these programs. And you would be able to easily access and get whatever you would like out of that data from us. You would also get kind of a fun thing that we started to do where it's called our Vape-Free Prevention Day, but it's essentially like a field day. We have a bunch of activities. I have one of my slides next. We'll have more information there. And then you just have further support from us as well. So either way, you can have us come out, but if you do the other option, then you get some extra bonuses that go with it, and all of it is free. And that the program is very, very robust, I think, and it is tailored by grade, so 5th, 6th, 7th through 8th, and 9th through 12th. And it really does belong in the classroom. So that's all I'm going to say on that part. And then move on. Okay. So I also have a couple of other options. If we can't make Catch My Breath work, I do have a vape prevention assembly. It's just a presentation. It's designed that you could have like a whole grade out at a time rather than going from classroom to classroom, or even multiple grades if the school is really small. And essentially that's about a 45-minute presentation. I try to cover a majority of the material that the Catch My Breath program offers as far as vaping prevention goes. There's no way for me to get through that much material, so it's just like kind of like an overview, but it's still, I cover a lot of the materials. It's just not as in depth. So I would always prefer that we do the Catch My Breath program, but if we just can't make that happen for some reason, or we would like a refresher, we can always do this presentation as well. It's also free. You're welcome to request Southwest District Health out to come out to provide that for you. And we also have an option that covers THC as well as nicotine, if that is something that you would like. And then here, I also have some information on the actual assembly or field day kind of thing that we have set up. And so essentially, we decided to make it like a competition. We have 4 stations. We use our inflatable brain and the lung, and I have like a scavenger hunt for students to use. We have a vape aerosol, like an investigation where they can look and see all of the different chemicals that are actually in a vape and kind of do like an aerosol analysis. And then we have like basically a vaping Q&A where people get to roll really big dice. And then if they answer the question correct, then they get points. The winning team or the winning grade, depending on how it is set up, will actually get a bunch of free like little tote bags. We have some toys and some project filter and other related things that go with it. So not all of it will just be toys. Some of it will be educational, but that goes with it as well. And then the last thing that goes is there were some interesting breathing games for this activity where you would have to use different like straw sizes and like do different activities to give you an idea of what it is like to maybe have a breathing issue or asthma or COPD or what can happen to you if you damage your lungs. And to be eligible for that activity or the field day, excuse me, you just need to complete the teacher training. So that's where I come out and provide the training to the teachers, and then just make sure that you get through that 4th lesson of the curriculum for Catch My Breath. And in that case, we will come out and provide that for your school. I did it with Marsing School District this last year, and it was a very awesome and fun experience. Okay, moving on. I also provide an intervention program. This is created by the American Lung Association. It's called In Depth. And it's essentially designed to help youth quit or reduce vaping nicotine. Essentially, it can be used as an alternative to suspension program. So we can use that if someone gets caught, if they get caught vaping or they get in trouble with, vaping in general in class, then they can essentially get assigned to come to my program or my after school class as it's set up right now. And then if they complete it, then they have the fee and the citation that they may have received or will have received removed from their I can't even think of the word. They just have it removed, and then or from their record. The program is similarly to Catch My Breath. It's a little bit longer, but it's still the 4 sessions. They're about 50 minutes each. You go through just the information, like what is real and what's not real about the dangers of vaping, go through nicotine dependence, what that's like, which I have some experience myself. So we kind of talk about that together in a group. We look at different ways to what else can we do besides vaping? How else do we make ourselves, feel better, and how do we deal? And then also past, present, and future. So the last activity is essentially we just kind of try to figure out a way to have a game plan moving forward and what you want for your future, and kind of making sure, is vaping really going to be the thing that you want to do? So far that has gone pretty well. I do already have this set up with Nampa School District. So it's set up as an after-school program. I have their middle school and their high school kids. And basically, they just send me a roster, and I show up to either one location at the middle school or one location at one of the high schools. And then everybody else just kind of hops into my class. Based on what they have told me so far, I do believe that no one else has gotten caught or has had any issues with vaping since after they completed the class, which so far, that makes me really happy to hear. They can be held virtually during or after school, and they can be for groups like 6 to 10 or just one-on-one. Either one works. And then I also provide the youth cessation program. These are all things that we can get going for you. This one is a little bit longer. It's a little different than the intervention in-depth like I just mentioned. This one is 10 sessions. They are also about 50 minutes in length. They are also suitable for individuals and groups. However, this can't be used in place of like a fine or a fee or a citation. It's a voluntary program. The way it's set up would be really difficult to have it in that kind of circumstance, if that makes sense. So it is for youth who want to quit vaping and are ready to do so, or at least are interested in it. It's also free. We can hold this virtually or in person. And it's definitely just designed to help youth quit and be a support for a decent amount of time going out as they're going through that journey. Okay. Feel like I raced my way through that. And then a couple other things, if you're looking for any sort of resources, things that you wanted to put like at your school or just have them in your classroom, you are welcome to reach out to either myself or even my manager, Haley. I have our emails down here. You're welcome to send us an email if you're looking for resources or if you are looking for any of those types of programs that we have to offer. We do also have adult cessation. Just want to throw that out there. I don't run that. That's Haley, but at the same time, it is there and it is available for you guys to make use of. We also do policy changes and that can help you if you are in need, which I believe most schools have kind of gotten this figured out. But if you need signage or anything and any sort of policy rewritten or changed so that you can provide those signs or have those signs at your schools or school district, we do that as well. So if that is something that you are looking for, that you need, you can also reach out to us for that. All right, and I think my whole spiel is done. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Leerin. And again, if you have any questions, go ahead and unmute yourself or drop them in the chat. And then also, I will send a follow-up email later on with links to resources as well as the contact information for all of the speakers. And so if you don't get that down, don't worry. I am going to send that out. Oh, it looks like we might have a question. Do you have contact information for Southeastern Idaho? Let's see, I'm looking at, we have Southwest District, Eastern, Central District. So I'm going to keep that question copied down and figure out if we can get information.
Ashley, this is
Yeah.
Katie with Public Health District 4. I'm happy to pull up the contacts from that Public Health District and put them in the chat for you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Katie.
Yeah. Just give me one moment, Kyler.
Thank you, Katie. I don't think I had that information either. So I will stop sharing then. All right.
Great. All right. Well, then if there aren't any other questions for Leerin, then I'm going to go ahead and introduce Heather Hansen, who again is the outreach coordinator for Eastern Idaho Public Health.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm going to share here as well. A lot of my resources are going to be similar to Leerin's just because we obviously live in the same area and utilize the same resources. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay.
You'll need to put it in presentation.
Okay, so I do service District 7, so anybody who lives within that county, I would be your point of contact for any of these programs. So one of the first things that we offer is in-depth. It is, as Leerin mentioned, an alternative to suspension. 9 out of 10 nicotine users do start before the age of 18, so it's really important that we prevent our youth from even starting, and then they won't have that addiction that they have to deal with. It's 4 50-minute sessions. We can do one-on-ones or a group of 8 to 10. 60% of kids who go through the course do report that they want to quit at completion, so it has really great results. It is now available online, so that's really exciting for us as well as schools. So I can send you a link and then you just register your organization and then your students can take the class online. You are able to see a dashboard so you can see how they're doing. You can see their progress, you can see their grade essentially. So I think the online version is really great, especially for some more of those rural areas. But even if you have a student who maybe doesn't want to take the class one-on-one and there's not enough to hold a whole class, this is a great option for that. Not For Me is another option that we have. This is a kind of the teen can just sign up online for this. This is more of a cessation course. It is 8 lessons that go over a period of 6 weeks. For most of the lessons, they do have a 5-day waiting period. So they have to go through the lesson and then they have to wait 5 days until they can take the next lesson. And this is just to give them a little bit of time to put those skills that they learn into practice. And I have a little video here that I'm going to see if it will work for us.
And effective communication. It is a Welcome to the American Lung Association's Not For Me program. Are you or someone who cares about you concerned about your use of nicotine? Are you ready to take action? Congratulations on taking a very important step to become tobacco-free. Before you begin the Not For Me program, let us tell you a little bit about it. Not For Me is a voluntary online program to help teens who want to stop using tobacco. Over the course of 8 self-paced sessions, Not For Me will help you understand your relationship with tobacco and nicotine addiction, and give you the tools and resources to quit tobacco for good. The program will also help you improve other healthy behaviors, such as nutrition, fitness, stress management, and effective communication. It is important to point out that when we talk about tobacco, we mean all types of tobacco products, including e-cigarettes such as Juul, Puff Bar, vapes, mods, or e-cigs. Tobacco also includes smokeless tobacco, cigars, and traditional cigarettes. All of these products contain nicotine and can lead to nicotine dependence. Not For Me helps address all types of tobacco use. For best viewing and participation, we recommend using a tablet or computer, but you can also access the program on your phone. You can work through the 8 sessions at your own pace. We recommend you log in weekly or wait at least a few days in between sessions, so you have time to practice and think about the information in each session before moving on to the next. You might be concerned that you're not quite ready to quit. That's okay. In the Not For Me program, we help you to prepare, and your quit date won't happen until about halfway through all the sessions. This way, you get the skills and tools to feel more confident about quitting and staying quit. Each online session follows a similar format. You'll have a chance to review an animated video with helpful tips and do some activities. You will also be asked to reflect on your feelings, concerns, or challenges during your quit journey, which will be privately kept in your own journey journal. We'll also ask you questions in each session about your tobacco use, motivation, and readiness to quit. Your answers will help you and the Lung Association understand your journey progress and how well the program is working for you. At any point, you can save or print or even share those responses. At the end of each session, you'll be prompted to say an affirmation, a way to stay positive and remind yourself about your commitment to quitting tobacco use. You will also have access to an information hub with takeaways to review and challenges to practice in between sessions on your own. Helping you find people who will support and travel with you on your journey is also a key part of the program. We will help you identify those people. Remember, the more effort you put into the program, the better your chances of quitting successfully. Are you ready for Not For Me? You can get started right now by setting up your username and password. It's time to begin your journey.
So there is a demo available of this. I'm happy to share that by email if anybody would like the demo. You can go through the courses. I have gone through the course myself. I do think the curriculum is really engaging. And another great thing is just that the youth can do it on their devices. So that is something that I'm happy to share if anybody would like more information on that. So NOT is another program we offer. It is a teen cessation program. It is one that the teens voluntarily sign up for. So it is for people who have shown interest and want to quit. It's 10 50-minute sessions, usually 6 to 10 participants. And 90% of youth who go through this course do report that they want to either cut back or quit. All of these courses we either offer or we can train somebody in your organization to be able to offer these courses as well, like an SRO, a health teacher, just whomever you feel like would be the best fit at your organization. We currently are offering the in-depth program at two juvenile facilities in our area, and we've had really good success with offering it in those facilities. So Catch My Breath is another program that we offer. It is more of a prevention program, and so that's a really exciting program to get in your schools. Excuse me. So there is curriculum for grades 5 through 12. And so if we can catch these kids before they even start, that's ideally where we want to be. So I offer staff and teacher trainings. And again, we can come into your school and teach, or we can train the staff. We really do like to train the staff because then we can have a bigger reach if we just have staff in your school trained. There are also parent and community presentations and workshops available through Catch. It's really great to have the parent and community presentation. There's a about 20-minute presentation that is available on video, or I offer those in person as well. And this is just a really good way for staff and parents to kind of have awareness and a lot of education on what is in the product and why we want to make sure that our teens know and not use these products. There's a workshop that's available. It's closer to about 45 minutes to an hour. And it has really great content. I really encourage all schools to make this available to teachers and to parents. It has a lot of interactive activities, and it's just really a fun workshop to be able to do. And we just started last fall a students teaching students model. This has actually been probably my favorite part of any of the youth programs that we offer. We have students who are trained and teaching in 3 different schools within 3 different districts in our help district. And to hear these students and their experiences, I really feel like this is how we're going to make a difference in this area by enacting this program. So this is a little video. Catch actually came and visited us last fall. We were able to meet with the students and just talk to them, share their experiences. Our students are actually going to be involved in part of the curriculum, so we're very excited about that. And I think this video just will really showcase the strength that this program has, specifically when we have our youth teaching.
Vice President of the large like cigarette company. He specifically said, no, we don't smoke that crap. We save that for stupid. It was just like such a horrible thing knowing that they know that it's so bad for us, but they still.
It just sounds like a living hell. Like I don't want to be stuck on something. I don't want other people to be stuck on something that they can't get off of and they're trying to.
I didn't really know like that it was such an issue until we got like really educated on it with this program. And so I think that now that I know, it's like kind of ignited this fire. Like I have to tell people like everybody can't go around being innocent about this because they have to know like this is a vacuum and an issue that.
And that's what I really liked about Catch is be like, it's super addictive, this vaping. And so some people who are just trying to find and form connections with other kids get into that. And then all of a sudden they're addicted. It's just teaching them maybe to be a little bit less judgmental and that provide resources to help.
I think it's awesome that we can be examples to like everyone around us because it is targeting us and we can like be a good example to our peers and everyone who goes to the school. It kind of makes me feel offended. Like, you think I'm stupid? You want me to do that? And so it kind of makes me want to not vape just to be like, oh, you think I'm going to do that? No, I'm not stupid. I'm going to be wrong, not vape.
Through our training, we learned that a lot of kids that vape, a big percent of them know that it's bad and they try to quit, but it's so addictive that they don't. Just don't give up. Don't give in to the addiction and don't let it consume your life. Just keep trying to get off and keep trying to to be better.
That's what we want. We want everybody within our health district and within Idaho to know about our resources, and we want to offer those resources to everybody. We want to make sure that everybody has those resources.
So you can see we have awesome kids. I'm happy to share that video with anybody. If they would like it, just reach out to me by email and I'm happy to share it. We are starting Catch in a detention center this fall. And we're actually scheduled to go into the detention center and teach throughout the whole school year. So we have medical inflatables as well. We have the Mega Lung and the Mega Brain. We love taking these to your organizations, to your schools. So please call us and we will bring them. Typically we bring these after somebody has completed, after a class has completed the 4 sessions of Catch is usually when we bring these. We can do an assembly, we can do a lunch hour, we can do a class just for them, whatever you want to do, we are happy to do. For schools who are not able to do those 4 sessions for whatever reason, we can do a virtual field trip with Catch My Breath, which is around an hour, even 45 minutes. And we can bring these or one of their supplemental lessons. Again, if the school is not able to do the complete 4 sessions, we have some other options and we're happy to bring these along with some vape prevention information. We have other little facts that we have put into the Brain and the Lung. So usually we will have the kids go through and we'll have them give us a fact and then they can choose a prize. So it is a really fun thing, interactive thing to do for the kids. And then lastly, this QR code will take you to my portion of our website. I have a parent tab. I have a youth tab. There's tons of resources on there for you. And here's my contact information, my email, and my direct line. And we are happy to answer questions. If there's anything on the website that you don't understand or that you can't find, just call us. We're happy to help you and we're happy to come to your school.
Thanks, Heather.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see, I see a question in the chat. I would like to get information for all of the programs offered today so that I can pass them along to my school district. Yeah, so at the end of this webinar, I'll go ahead and compile some links and also all of the contact information from the speakers that you are hearing from today. And I'll go ahead and send that out to everyone so that you're able to share it with others. Oh, and it looks like Heather might have gotten kicked off, which happened earlier too. So why don't we have Katie Chauvin, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and have you speak next, and then when Heather comes back, if she has more she wants to tell us, we'll let her do that after Katie. So Katie, if you're ready, you have the floor.
Excellent. Okay, let me share my screen. Can everybody see my screen okay? Excellent.
I can see it, yep.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everybody for attending these webinars. And I know that a lot of these are, well, all of these are recorded, and so they will be provided to even more people. So I might be a little redundant, so I'm going to try and skip through some of the things that the other health districts have talked about because we all work together. But to start, my name is Katie Chauvin. I have my master's in public health, and my primary role is in tobacco and vaping prevention. But we also do cessation at Central District Health, and I have Mindy Curon. She is the cessation specialist with us. And so just to kind of give you an idea, it's so funny, Leanne, you included the same map. We're Central District Health. So we work out of Ada, Boise, Elmore, and Valley counties. And our vision as a public health district is to have healthy people and healthy communities with a mission to partner to promote and protect health in our communities. We really value our partnerships. And the values that we hold are excellence, partnership, positive impact, innovation, credibility, and humanity. And the way that we promote a nicotine-free lifestyle at our district is through education, policy, and quitting resources. I'm not gonna go through everything we do because there's a lot, but I did want to actually highlight just a few things before I talk about what we do. So one of the partnerships we have is with the University of Idaho, and they actually developed a map that shows us vape shop proximities and tobacco shop proximities to schools. And that's found in every county in Idaho. And so I pulled the data from our counties, and I thought this was really important because we know that with youth vaping, one of the major areas that they're exposed to advertisements is actually in retail shops. And so I have a map here on the right. I wasn't going to do a map of all of the counties, but this is Ada County, and you can see all the red triangles are the tobacco and vape retail shops. All of the blue circles are all the different schools, K through 12, and then the yellow are the universities. So it's very dense. We have 316 retail shops in our area, and 63 are within 1,000 feet of a school. And then when we go out to our more rural areas, we have 18 in Boise County with 1 within 1,000 feet of a school, 32 in Elmore County with 6 within 1,000 feet of a school, and then very similarly in Valley County, 29 total with 6 within 1,000 feet of a school. So with that in mind, we have a lot of intervention methods that I'll talk about. But I didn't want to forget about our adult population. We have the Western Idaho Community Health Collaborative data, and that shows us that right now the current cigarette smoking prevalence in our area is about 12.3%. We know traditional tobacco is an issue, and then now we're moving into this electronic nicotine delivery system issue, but we are seeing a rate of decline of 2% per year, and in our area, Ada County specifically, among 20 counties, we rank number 2, spanning the footprint. So we always have work to do. So I wanted to share those 2 data points first before I got into it, but where we start is we definitely promote the youth voice. So one way we do that is by partnering with Idaho Public Television, which thank you guys so much for doing this webinar series. It's so helpful to have our professionals come on here and get educated on this. So I'm sure it's been talked about in the previous webinars, but they have this public service announcement contest for the kiddos, and they've extended the deadline to April 15th. And so last year when they first held this, we took some of the videos from the kids that won first, second, third, and then I think the 2 grand prize winners were in our area, and we put them in the movie theaters. So really, we want to take the youth voice and make that known because that's really where it matters. Just like Leerin and Heather mentioned, Catch My Breath, we also do Catch My Breath. And in similar ways, we can either go in and teach it, or we could train community trainers or train the actual school officials to implement it. And so we've been really lucky because we haven't really had to personally go in and teach it. We've been able to have these close partnerships with drug prevention counselors, different student resource officers, health education teachers, even community members that have decided they want to become trained in this and help youth build the skills they need to resist peer pressure and to be able to identify big tobacco and vaping marketing tactics, which I'm sure Marcella will get into. But ultimately, this fiscal year, which began in June, we've so far educated about 3,000 kids, 5th through 12th grade, primarily in middle school, which is the priority population. So if you are interested in being a part of this, we have vouchers still where we can provide the training. So the program's of course completely free, but if you want to be a community trainer, we will pay to have you become a community trainer. So let us know. And then, as Heather had mentioned, there's also a really awesome parent and community presentation that comes along with this program. And we really do try our best to go out and organize parent events. Really, these talk about, what are e-cigarettes? What are the factors that influence the current youth vaping crisis? What are the effects of vaping? We know it hasn't been around that long, but what do we already know? and what can really be done. We have these in Spanish and English versions, and there's these awesome parent toolkits that I literally have a stack in my purse at all times and just bring it everywhere we go, because the parent toolkit really helps parents be able to quickly look at what they can talk to their kids about, what does vape devices look like, all that kind of information. We also empower youth leadership. So we do have a partnership with Idaho Drug-Free Youth. They have a summit, which is a summer camp that they do every year in June in Coeur d'Alene. And historically, we've had low involvement of our kiddos down here to go up to the Panhandle region for this. It does cost money. It's about $300 or so for a kid to go up there and stay a couple days and attend all these workshops. And so we've been really promoting a scholarship for at least 5 youth in our area to go up there. And IDFI is also providing scholarships. So we make sure that we promote these types of opportunities for kids to be able to discover their values, become a great leader on their own, and unite with other positive young people. It's really where it starts. And before, because I'm not a good double tasker, before I'll hop off, I will put a flyer in the chat for our scholarship if there's anybody on the call that's from our region. If not, I can also put the link to IDFI's scholarship application if you have a kiddo that might be interested in going. Covered all the costs. And then some of the other ways that we work in the community is we just do outreach. So just like Leerin showed, we have this inflatable mega brain, and we take that into schools, we take it to community events, and you can walk through it. It's got signage on the inside and the outside, LED lights on the inside. And really what we use this as a tool to talk about the link between substance use and mental health, and really educating on what is addiction. And it's been a really helpful and attractive tool. Kids love it. And then we also have a close partnership with the Boise State University service learning nursing students. So they have a service learning program at their college where the students in one of their final years can do a service learning project in the community. And so we work closely with the nursing students, and they do different interventions in the schools in our area. So that's been an awesome opportunity, and they've been able to provide cessation information, prevention information for kids within the schools. And then some other community and state partnerships. We do work with our local coalitions, Meridian Anti-Drug Coalition based in Meridian. We also have Elmore County Health Coalition and Boise County Health Coalition. There's different committees on each of those coalitions that work closely with nicotine and substance use. Also other public health districts and Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Project Filter, and then the American Lung Association. We check in with our officials in the schools who are already implementing in-depth, not the programs that have already been mentioned. And then we also have a program here called The Bridge, which helps link families and youth with resources they need in the community. And so we go in and we'll teach families about vaping and ways of quitting. And then when we're talking about quitting, we have a couple of different options. We have in-person and virtual cessation classes. For adults, we provide nicotine replacement therapy, and we have a diaper incentive program. Just highlighting, I know this is mainly youth focused, but we do have these other programs available. And we promote My Life, My Quit, which is a confidential text-based application for teens who are interested in quitting. Project Filter and Truth Initiative are all bigger organizations that we promote. And last, we support local health professionals. So we know that at the point of care and also in screening, it's really helpful for our health professionals to know where they can have these clients and patients go. And so we do offer the state e-referral system with Project Filter, the QR codes there, but we also have a in-house Central District Health e-referral system. So if somebody is not interested in working at the state or maybe they're having trouble getting through the quit line, they can also come to Central District Health and we'll do it for them, as mentioned in the previous slide. We provide monthly newsletters that talk, we have like learn, educate, and quit sections. Kick Your Cravings is our campaign, and I left it out of the image, but it's also Know Your Nicotine. And so it's an education and cessation campaign. And every month we send out a newsletter that provides information on vaping to keep you up to date on your knowledge. It also provides opportunities to get involved. So examples would be like the scholarships we provide, any upcoming webinars, that type of stuff. And then also different quitting tips and resources, affirmations, that kind of stuff that we send along. So if you're interested in subscribing to our monthly newsletter and you're in our region, please scan that QR code. And I think this will be recorded. So if I go to the next slide and you don't have enough time, you'll be able to access it there. And I think Ashley said that she would send it out. But with that, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully I was not too long. Again, my name is Katie Chauvin, and that's my email. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
Thanks, Katie. And again, I will be sending out all the links, all of the contacts from this webinar. And so if you need those, don't worry, I'll send those out either later tonight or early tomorrow. And so I'm going to go ahead and hand it back over to Heather so she can finish up what she was not able to finish presenting.
Okay, I'm back. Let me see here. I think we got through the video okay, right? Okay, perfect.
And now we're going to have Marcella, who's going to go even more in depth into Catch My Breath. So Marcella, if you're ready, the floor is yours.
So I'm going to share my screen in a minute. And I'm going to share a couple things. I really can't talk much more about Catch My Breath. You guys are all doing phenomenal work about Catch My Breath. I'm going to do just a little bit of an overview about Catch My Breath so you have a little bit more information about what that program is. And just give me 1 second. And then I also want to show you where you can find that great video that we were able to do when we came out with Heather and her whole team and meet with her students, and super excited about having the Students Teach Students model as we're working with our Catch My Breath Youth Advisory Board and the students in Idaho. But I'll show you where you can find that. And I'll also show you on the website where you can find that parent information. I know everyone who's spoken already at the public health districts have the link to the parent information there. So that's a great place to go. I also want to share if you're a school or if you're a teacher, where you can also grab it on the Catch My Breath website. So first, who is Catch? Catch is the coordinated approach to child health. We are celebrating 10 years as Catch Global Foundation, as the separate foundation itself. But we've actually been around for since the 1980s. And here's a little snapshot of everything that we do, including the whole comprehensive health. We have physical education, curriculum, nutrition curriculum, social emotional learning, substance misuse, which also includes the Catch My Breath Youth Vaping Prevention Program, which is free. We have oral health program, sun safety, and then also we believe in that whole child and whole community. So going through the WISC model, where we include not just the child, but the school, everyone within the school, and then the whole community, including their parents and family. So Catch My Breath is the first and only evidence-based youth vaping prevention program. We are evidence-based to not only show that students gain knowledge after going through our program, but they are 45% less likely to actually try an e-cigarette after they go through our curriculum. And that's really what we want. We want that behavior change among the young people. So we were published in a peer-reviewed study in 2020, which is in Public Health Reports, which is the official journal of the U.S. Surgeon General. And I apologize, for some reason, some of my slides have a little characteristic that doesn't want to work tonight. I guess it might be a technical thing that's going across the waves. But just to show a little bit about if you were to implement Catch My Breath program based on that public health reports, We took, there's about an average of 17 students will try an e-cigarette if we do nothing in regards to vaping prevention this year. If we can implement Catch My Breath, 8 would not try an e-cigarette. So that's almost half of those students, that 45% would not actually try an e-cigarette this year. And if we could take that even further, that'd be almost 154,000 students in a 7th grade only in a public school that would not try an e-cigarette this year if we could implement Catch My Breath within those schools. You may be familiar with SAMHSA, so we were also listed in SAMHSA's evidence-based resource guide series, Reducing Vaping Among Youth and Young Adults, as the only evidence-based school intervention for youth vaping prevention. And this is also online and available through our website or on the SAMHSA site. So Catch My Breath was actually designed and based on social cognitive theory. So what are my personal beliefs and my personal choices about using or not using e-cigarettes? And then socially, what is that social response to me using or not using e-cigarettes? And then the environment, how does my environment support or discourage me using or not using e-cigarettes? We know that it's not what will my students do when we're exposed to e-cigarettes, if they're exposed to e-cigarettes, but what will they do when they're exposed to e-cigarettes? Because we know that they are daily. My son was just talking about it he's an 8th grader. He was just talking about it today on the way home from school. How, kids and one of his friends was offered an e-cigarette by somebody else in the bathroom. So we know that kids are exposed to this every day, and Catch My Breath really helps them go through some of those real world scenarios, especially practicing not only learning the dangers of e-cigarettes, the health and social consequences, but how do I do those refuse exit strategies? How do I say no? What do I do if I'm in a situation to where I don't want to use any cigarette, but I'm peer pressure to? The program was actually created and designed by Dr. Stephen Kelder out of the University of Texas, Houston Health Science Center. Fun fact about him, he not only has over 30 years of writing health education curriculum and substance misuse prevention, he also was a senior scientific editor on the Surgeon General's report that came out in 2016 on e-cigarettes. And that was where he looked for a vaping prevention program, didn't find one, thought it needed to be a separate entity that was going to be a big enough issue not to be encompassed into another program. Unfortunately, he was right. And that's how Catch My Breath was formed. And then also Dr. Kelder, he recently testified against the Juul industry. So with that whole Juul issues that have been going on and all those, the big major lawsuit that happened against Juul, he actually was a scientific, expert witness against Juul. And I still work with him daily in regards to that. So it's exciting to have him in the high end of research. That's one other thing with our curriculum is that it stays up to date and current. So we know that if we're still talking about Juul, kids would not be interested in that because they're doing disposable e-cigarettes now. So it's important for us to keep our program up to date and current, not only with data trends, but what are kids using? What are the slang terms? What are those things that are going to resonate with youth? And just like many of all of the public health districts that we're on today talked about how important that youth empowerment model is, our program is actually designed and developed within youth in mind, and they are the leaders in creating our program through the Catch My Breath Youth Advisory Board. Because if we create something, we want to make sure that's going to be relevant to them. So we are in all 50 states. We've reached 2 million students annually, and we're in over 5,000 schools across the country. So a little bit about the program. It can be taught in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or high school. As mentioned, the sessions take about 40 minutes, and there's 4 sessions in each grade band. So ideally, like to have, if it's based with Fidelity and based on our pilot study, is to have 1 lesson per week over the course of 4 weeks. It does come with detailed educator guides, presentation slides. The scripts are all completely written out for you, as well as the time frame, how you have to do everything. So that lesson planning, while you have to review the curriculum, that lesson planning is the timing of that is really laid out for you. And all of those that have already presented in front of me today can really talk into detail about that as they have actually done and implemented it. It can be taught just about anywhere. We designed it for health, but then we created PE. We have several supplemental materials as well, but our program can even be taught in health and advisory, anywhere that you can reach the students, because we know that we wanted it to be easily picked up and you didn't have to be that tobacco control expert in order to be able to do it. We do meet standards. So Dr. Calder thought it was very important to not only say, we want to have something teachers can easily pick up and do, but not to have it be a barrier to what they have to do. So we meet National Health Education Standards, Common Core, and we also encompass those CASEL core competencies for self-awareness, self-management, responsible decision-making, relationship skills, and then that social awareness. And one other thing that we have found, we've done the crosswalk, that we do meet Idaho State Department of Education health standards as well. So that's a crosswalk that we can provide you. So it's not something else that you have to do. It's actually help you meet a requirement that you have to do. The central pillar to the Catch My Breath program is our peer-led discussion groups. So in every single lesson, every single grade band, as all of them have already mentioned, the peer component is so important. And they're able to break out into peer-led groups and lead, whether it's leading a conversation, maybe they work on an activity together. In 5th and 6th grade, they're creating a poster about anti-e-cigarette poster. How would they educate their peers? As we get into middle school, they talk about doing an Instagram posts or social media posts. You know, we really make all of our grade bands are age specific. That's another thing that stands us out. We modify the curriculum per grade. So that's an exciting part of our curriculum that we have. And then, of course, for those teachers that are on, we do some of these different educational strategies are built right into the curriculum. So we've got Rigor Bloom's taxonomy is used within all of our educator guides, detailed and guided notes to have students work on certain activity sheets as they're going through a lesson. We do check for understanding. So we asked, we are actually listened to our teachers, and they wanted to, hey, do you have like a 5-question at the end of each session? I really want to make sure my students got it. So we created, check for understandings. It's optional, you can use it, but it's there for you if you need it. Criteria for success is really seen in exit strategies, where they're not only discussing in their small groups where would they be exposed to an e-cigarette, but then how would they say no? How would they get out of that situation? Then they take a look at some sample scenarios and they practice they write down what would their avoid, refuse, or exit strategy be. And then they take it a step further and they go toe to toe, and one's pretending to offer them an e-cigarette, and the other one's practicing that refusal skill. Because they're going to want to say no, they're going to have to say no to something, and they're going to want to feel confident, whether it's e-cigarettes or something else in their life. So we really want to make sure we give them the tools and the resources to feel confident that they can do that. And then scaffolding, which we talk about. As we talk about e-cigarettes and tobacco, we have to talk about marketing and how the tobacco industry markets to our young people. So really getting them an understanding of the easy concept. This is what marketing is. These are the 4 P's of marketing. This is how the tobacco industry markets to you. Here are some examples. Can you determine why they are marketing to you, and what are they actually saying? And that's when they go into that hardest part, is actually creating their own anti-e-cigarette marketing campaign. Everyone mentioned the parent resources, which I'm super excited about. We do have our parent resources in English and Spanish. We do have the curriculum in English and Spanish as well. And I am going to, I think, just go ahead and easy to enroll to go into the Catch My Breath account. I'm going to leave that right there. And then I want to stop sharing my screen. And if my screen will let me, I'm going to go into maybe. I am technically challenged, but that's just part of who I am. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen again because I really want to show you just where you can go to get this information. So let me share my screen. And you do not have to sign in or create an account to access that parent information. So all you need to do is go into catchmybreath.org. And this first screen will come up, and you just click on the parent and community resources, and it's all right here for you. And just as our presenters before me stated that they have linked our resources from their site to theirs, you can do that within your schools as well. Feel free to share this information widely with your parents. You just click down and you get all the resources that you need. Do you need to introduction of the Catch My Breath program to parents? We have one-pager handouts talking about those toolkits that everyone was talking about, and some are carrying them around. Here are your English and Spanish version for 5 through 12. We also have accompanying videos that go with it. That was also mentioned. And then right underneath that is that parent toolkit for grades K through 4, which that activity is just a little bit different. The activity for our K through 4 grade band is actually having the parent or caregiver work with their child and talk about those avoid, refuse, and exit strategies. And I think I'm done with time, so I'm going to put my email information into the chat box, and feel free to reach out to me or reach out to one of these amazing staff that have already talked so much about Catch My Breath and just the amazing work that they're doing. We're really here to support them through their training and through their implementation.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marcella.
Thank you.
All right. And now I'm going to turn it over to Carrie Wardle if she's ready to talk a little bit about our No Vape resources at Idaho Public Television.
Hi, guys. Sorry that I wasn't on earlier. I was driving back from Pocatello, actually, so here I am. I hope that you guys have found this stuff useful. I know that some of the health district stuff was similar, but we wanted to make sure that you knew in each of your areas what's available. Not all members of the health districts were able to be here tonight. So most health districts offer very similar things. So if you're in an area where, like Northern Idaho, where the health district person didn't speak tonight, please reach out to them, because I'm guessing they have similar resources and could help you out as well. I do want to show you a couple of things that we offer at Idaho Public Television. You've obviously been given a wealth of resources from Catch My Breath and the health districts, but we have a few things as well. Let me just share my screen here. Are you guys seeing Learning Media? Ashley? Yeah, okay, great. So we have a website that you may or may not be familiar with called PBS Learning Media, which is actually a national platform that any PBS station can put stuff in. So it contains way more than just vaping stuff. Everything is aligned to content standards, but we contribute to that platform. So this is at pbslearningmedia.org. And it'll come up to this screen, and you can find the No Vape by scrolling to the bottom. And there it is right there. What we did was we enlisted a local Idaho health teacher who took pieces of that documentary that we watched, the NICFIC, that we watched in the very first webinar. And she took pieces, we edited out those pieces, and then she created classroom content for this as well to accompany that. And she also did some content for us with some of the shorter videos marketed to teens. There's some cool stuff on here. She did like a digital escape room, which I think is pretty cool. So this collection is here. It's free. It's available on Learning Media right now. It was created by, like I said, an Idaho teacher using videos also created in Idaho. So I hope that you'll show this to your teachers and let them know that it's here and available. I imagine we will continue adding to this collection as we continue getting funding and continuing to work on the anti-vaping. So please check back, because we may add stuff to it as we go. So that is targeted to teachers in classrooms. The lessons are designed, as you can see, to be used in middle and high school, the classroom lessons. And then we also have a website. And so, oh my gosh, the little thing came down. Okay, there we go. This is actually, the URL looks kind of long here, but if you just do IdahoPTV/NoVape, it will bring you up to this website. Right now, we're really promoting the video contest that Katie mentioned earlier, but you'll also see all of the other really wonderful things here. There's a link to the professional development here. You can find all of those videos that we have put on our social accounts. This is the full documentary that we watched again during the first thing. And then we additionally have parent resources. Now, ours are probably not as wonderful as Catch, but again, all of this content was created here in Idaho. So, and the parent resources, if you click on those, are available. We have some handouts right here, and they're available in both English, and Spanish. There we go. Whew. I was a little nervous that the Spanish ones hadn't got linked, but they did. So we have those in both English and Spanish. And then you'll just see that we just have a whole bunch of other information on here. So I cannot get back to that. There we go. Gosh, that toolbar is driving me crazy. There's posters, there's all kinds of videos and campaigns here. All the 4 most recent campaigns that we did are here. This little rap is super cute. One of the kids last year that entered our video contest wrote a rap. We took that and made it into like a little music video for him. And so that's here, and you're welcome to grab any of that stuff. All of this stuff, again, is just on our website. It's free. Teachers can pull it up. They can use it, show it in their classrooms, or parents can go here and find it as well. The Wouldn't Eat It videos were also based off of a video contest from last year, a video contest video that another kid made, and then we took that and kind of ran with it, with their permission, of course. And so we've got a lot of really great resources here for you as well. So it's idahoptv.org/no-vape. You can go there and find just about everything you need, which will link you out to other resources. Okay, that's it for Idaho Public Television. I will say, let me just remind you that last time we heard from Abigail, and we asked her what she thought would have prevented her from doing it. And if I recall, she said that she had not had any prevention education. She didn't know any of that stuff, and that she thought that was helpful, and that ultimately learning about it is what helped her want to quit. So I was so glad to hear that. And so we just gave you a wealth of resources, I hope, that you can use to help kids either quit if they've started, or not start at all if they, we can prevent it. But we do have a video from Liz Hall with the American Lung Association. We'll send that out to you guys to watch. She wanted to be here tonight, but ended up needing to go to meetings in Alaska and didn't think that she would be off the plane in time to come here. So she recorded a video, which also will show you some additional resources from the American Lung Association that they have available as well. So I hope that you'll take some time to watch that video. So we hope that this has been useful, that you've found valuable information in this. We plan to continue this campaign, so I hope you'll keep checking back. We're pretty sure we're getting funding for next year as well to continue going and talking about other types of substance abuse. So I hope you'll keep checking back. I hope you'll inundate these wonderful ladies from the health districts with stuff as well. They're amazing and they're doing such great work, and we're really excited to be able to partner with them. And so I hope you'll reach out to them as well and let them come and help. We all are, in this for the kids, and we just want to do what we can do to help. So please don't hesitate to reach out.